Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shania. I'm a hairstylist and a senior undergrad accounting student. As humans, we tend to have an issue with being able to control our flesh. And instead of doing what we need to do mentally and physically, we typically do what we want to do, which is not always the best option. So if you want to know how to improve your self-control and your self-management of emotions, your thoughts, and your actions, make sure you keep on watching. Self-management is your ability to self-regulate your thoughts, emotions, and actions in order to perform in your optimal self. Tip number 1 is to think before you say or do anything. When you're in a stressful situation, we tend to act or think impulsively. Before you react, just take a second and really think about what it is that you want your next action to be. Do not feel pressured and feel like you have to have a reaction or a response at that right moment. Even if someone's telling you like, I need a response right now, you're gonna let them know like, I need a second to think. Go ahead and think and then proceed with the situation. When you do this, you're able to make a decision that will best suit the situation, because believe it or not, one wrong decision can mess up your whole entire life. So really be mindful and think before you act or say anything. Tip number 2. Learn how to intentionally breathe. With self-management, we're trying to be intentional about the acts and the thoughts that we have. When you're in a high stressful situation, when you intentionally breathe, you're able to calm yourself down, clear your mind, and then you will proceed with the reaction that you want to have. To take an intentional breath, you're going to first exhale. Then you're going to exhale all the air you have in your lungs right now. Not all, but exhale all the air you have. Then you're going to inhale for 8 seconds, 6 to 8 seconds, and then you're going to exhale that breath. And after that, you should feel super calm, and do that as many times as you need to reach your level of calmness so that you'll be able to react appropriately. So I'm going to do a deep breath with y'all. So first step, I'm not able to talk on step 2, so just watch me. And yeah, so first, exhale. And just from that right there, I just feel like, I don't know, you feel like a euphoric calmness. Step number 3, know when to be quiet. Now, this can be very challenging, especially when you're in the heat of the moment, talking back and forth with a client, or in your personal life too, but specifically with your client. There are going to be times where, you know, you're having a conversation with a client and you want to say certain things, but as the business owner, you have to know that you cannot say everything that you want to say. We need to separate our emotions from our business. So what I mean by knowing when to be quiet is just thinking like, if I say this, what will be the benefit of it? Like, will it be a benefit of saying this, or would it be a detriment? Or will it bring no value to the conversation? A good way to avoid saying stuff that you really want to say but you shouldn't say is to just use that voice inside your head. Like, you know, when you're not talking and you just having like little thoughts in your head, use that and you say the stuff you want to say inside your head. Do not verbalize it. And for the longest time, this may sound like crazy, but I didn't, not until recently, I didn't use the voice, and I don't want to sound crazy either. I'm not sounding crazy, but like, you know, your conscience, when you're thinking something out in your head without having to verbalize it. I never intentionally used it. Like, I know I had it, but I would just like, I never intentionally use it how I use it now. Because there be some things I want to say and I shouldn't say it because I know it's not going to bring any progress to a situation. So use that voice inside your head and just know when it is appropriate to say certain things. And this does not mean you need to shut down in a situation and feel like you're defeated. It's just being strategic and intentional with the words you say out your mouth to your clients. Tip number 4 to becoming self-managed is to know when to remove yourself from a situation. If you did the steps in my self-awareness video, you should really understand who you are at this point. When you are in tune with yourself and your emotions, then before you reach your peak, you should know that, okay, if I continue being in this environment or having this conversation or handling this situation, then I am going to reach a level that's out of my character or outside of the character that I want and know I am. What removing yourself from a situation may look like is, leaving the room, or what it looks like to remove yourself from a stressful environment is to politely leave the room or leave wherever the environment you are. By politely, I mean inform the person that, okay, I need a second to think, or I need a second to get some air. We can continue this conversation in a few minutes. I'll be back in 5, 10, however many minutes you need in order to bring yourself back down to an appropriate emotion. And sometimes you're not always able to leave the room. One thing I would suggest is to be quiet for that moment, mentally get yourself together. And that person doesn't have to know that you're getting yourself together. Like, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm getting myself together, I'm being quiet. Like, when you're being quiet, you're either intentionally breathing, like I stated as another tip, and just clearing your mind of the negative thoughts that you are having or that you want to have. The last tip I have to help you improve your self-management is to find healthy coping activities. So a healthy coping activity is something that you would do that relieves you of all stress and you genuinely enjoy it. This can be a hobby. Maybe you like to knit or crochet. This can be journaling, going for a walk, listening to music or your favorite podcast or show. Like, this is something that when you're doing this, you are at ease, your mind is very calm, and it makes you happy. Like, do something that you know will make you happy and allow you to really alleviate yourself from the stress that you're currently going through. A coping activity is not something you use to just cover up what you're feeling. It's just what you use for the moment that will calm you down and allow you to really get out the things that you're thinking. When you're deciding what your coping activity will be, I highly suggest it be something that you're able to do by yourself and that's free. Because when it's free and you're able to do it by yourself, you can literally do it regardless of what's going on in your life. So those are all the tips I have for you to improve your self-management. If there's a tip that you know that you'll be adding in order to improve your self-management, let me know in the comments down below. And if there's any other tips you have that you use to control your emotions, actions, or thoughts, leave it in the comments and share it with someone else. And if you want more content on accounting, personal development, and business improvement, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the post notification bell so that you know every time that I upload a new video. I will talk to you all later. Peace.